Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It's lovely to see you all again as always. Today's story, guys, is a bit depressing and, to be quite honest with you, quite tragic. What I want to talk to you about today are two Syrian refugees, who came here, obviously, and ended up raping a 13-year-old girl at least 7 times. That's after, of course, appearing on a Newsnight documentary documenting the plight of asylum seekers and their arduous journey across Europe to eventually get to Great Britain and break into our country. A Syrian refugee was, this is in the Daily Mail by the way guys, sorry, a Syrian refugee who was in a fawning BBC documentary about the plight of asylum seekers has been convicted of raping a 13-year-old girl at least 7 times. I've got 2 words for you. Snip, snip. You catch my drift? Omar Bedrig, I don't give a shit what his name is. Omar Summit appeared alongside his brother Mohammed, of course, in a 2016 Newsnight feature which followed them on an 11th-month journey from Syria to Newcastle as part of the refugee resettlement programme, and a fat lot of good that's done for us. And another thing, what in the name of God's green earth is the BBC doing documenting these 2 people travelling across Syria and much of Europe to get to our country to illegally break into it and then put it into some sort of documentary that's supposed to pull on the heartstrings of the British public? It is fucking sickening. I am so pleased I do not pay any money to that corporation. They are hell-bent on indoctrinating everybody into believing that these people are poor refugees who are starving to death and fleeing persecution. They're not. It's bullshit. And they're pushing it and pushing it, not to mention all the other shit that they're pushing. If you haven't cancelled your TV licence, guys, do it now. These people are not worth the steam off your piss, let alone your hard-earned money. This week, the siblings, along with the 2 other defendants, were sentenced to a total of 38.5 years in jail for the rape of a 13-year-old girl between August 2018 and April 2019. Mohammed, 23, was convicted of 6 counts of rape and 1 of assault by penetration, and was sentenced to a 13-year prison sentence, while his brother, Omar, 26, was convicted of 5 counts of rape and sentenced to 18 years in jail. Puppy dog sentences. They should have 50+ sentences, the pair of them. No solitary confinement, mix them in with the rest of the inmates and make sure the rest of the cons know what the fuck they have been up to. That is a proper prison sentence if you ask me. Omar raped the girl at least 7 times and threatened to kill her or take her to another country, reported the Telegraph. The girl said she was tortured by her attackers. Now, forgive me for asking the obvious here, guys, but I want to know what exactly were these 2 drops of rat's urine even doing in this country in the first place? Where were the immigration checks, if any took place at all? Because at the end of the day, you don't wake up after a good 9 hours kip, wake yourself up and think to yourself, do you know what? I'm going to be a sexual deviant today. I'm going to be a nonce today. I'm going to go and attack a child. It doesn't work that way 9.5 times out of 10. There's always a prelude. There's always signs there. There's always smaller crimes leading up to the major crime. That's always usually been the case. Look at Jimmy Savile for a prime example. I've seen numerous interviews with that piece of shit, and what he says, what he does, his mannerisms, everything just screams at me. Nonce. You can tell a mile off. And I'm just a humble, simple bloke. Ordinary bloke. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a detective, I'm not anything to do with that. But I could see it, I could smell it, I could tell my kids, don't go near this man, he is dangerous. But these people, no. Civil servants, laughing their way to the bank, getting their wages and letting these scumbags in. No checks, well, hardly any at all. Give them a passport, throw them some money, whatever. It's sickening, guys. So, to conclude these things, guys, let's put aside all the bombs, the grooming gangs, the rapes, the hate, the murdered MPs, everything else. I've got to ask yet again that question that I've asked in a past video. What's the end game here? What's it going to take for these people to stop coming to our country? Is it going to be mob rule? Is it going to be vigilantes? Because obviously civil service and the government are not going to lift a finger to stop this at all. murdered MPs. That's not even stopped it. Oh, it's mean tweets, it's social media, it's yada yada yada. Bullshit. If you think for one moment that the government are there for your best interests, to look after you and take care of you, even though you put them into power and you pay their wages, you are deluded. They are not there for you. You're nothing more than a pubic louse to these people. Something to get rid of, something to put powder on and sweep under the carpet. Well, nothing. All they care about is GDP and cheap labour and pleasing the mates up in high places, the fat cat bureaucrats, all them wankers. I think that's as far as I'm going to go on this, guys. I'm going on nearly 6 minutes, and to be honest, it's quite depressing. So I'm going to leave it there, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.